Well, I started as a painter. After finishing my master's, I painted every day, every day. This is my life. This is what I wake up to do in the morning. And I did everything I can to sustain my art. So I worked as a waiter, I worked as a busboy during my college years, and I also worked for 10 years after my master as a waiter, so I can have the money that I need to do the work that I believe in without compromising with all the fashion that is happening of what sells and what doesn't sell. I was never concerned about that because I really had a deeper calling about why I am a painter. And to answer your question about how I got to be an art teacher, I've always, since I was very young, I had a calling for teaching, and I know that because I lived with my aunt in the same house, and she always told us stories about her relationship with her student, and I guess as a young man that really inspired me a lot to be a teacher. But I also was very, very lucky because when I started painting in Lebanon, I had a wonderful art teacher, a private teacher, who influenced me a lot. And I will share very briefly a story about her because it really is the base of my teaching philosophy. She used to charge 5 Lebanese pounds an hour, and because my cousin introduced me to her, she charged 3 Lebanese pounds an hour. And after 3 weeks, she said, I'm gonna charge you 1 Lebanese pound for 1 hour. But we always went in the 1 in the afternoon and we stayed till 7 in the evening for that 1 pound. And one day I asked her, why do you do that? You are poor and my parents are richer than you. Why do you only charge 1 hour? And she said, I watch you and I see that sometimes it takes you more than an hour to get into the painting, so I don't have the heart to tell you to stop or to pay me another pound. The reason why this story is important because it has influenced me very deeply as a teacher. Art is not a job. Art is not, to be an art teacher is not, it's a profession. It's more of a calling, and I really mean it in the fullest sense of the word. We are called to be teacher as much as we are called to be priest. And for me, this is my belief. And I felt from the very beginning that teaching is a way very effective to really affect the young minds and open their minds to greater things. And I'm very lucky because I teach art, and I do believe that art and life are always informing each other. They are always sustaining each other, and there is no point where life stops and art begins. So the 3 major philosophies in my teaching is art and life always inform each other. Then I am a strong believer that every one of my students have a fire in their belly. And by that, I mean the energy that gives them life and meaning and purpose. And sometimes life or the voice of parents or the concern about money or the concern about society stifle that voice and prevent us from really seeing what really guides us. And I genuinely believe that my role as an artist is to really make people aware that they already have within them what they need to go in this path of life. And the third thing about teaching, which is very important, I tell my students, if your art is your voice, what is important for you to talk about? And by saying that, I make them aware that art is not just decorative. Art is not about a beautiful painting and beautiful color and beautiful design. Art is a language, and if you have a language to communicate, please let me know what is important to you and what you want to say in that language.